Hey guys, hope you're well. This is going to be a short one. I'm just going to go over Sergio Busquets' retirement. I've already coded PKs. You'll have to watch that video about PK's retirement because it was deeply, deeply, deeply satanic. And so is Busquets. So Sergio Busquets has been regarded as one of the best defensive midfielders of our generation. And when I used to watch football and I watched Barcelona, I always ask myself, Buenas tardes, Sebastian. ¿Cómo estás? I always ask myself, why is nobody near Busquets? I used to say about Skulls when I watched Man United all the time. I was like, nobody goes near him. Could never understand it. And everyone just justified the fact that he knows how to find space. Really? Why don't they get players? I never forget, right? When I was playing for Hollywood with Vinnie Jones, I was a striker, but we're in a semi-final. Vinnie Jones really respected me as a player. He knew I could play anywhere. And he said, Ads, different role for you today. I said, what? Why? I said, where? I said, you're going to put me on the wing? Because I was a striker. He went, no. You play in central midfield. And I was like, why? Why would you do that? I've been scoring all these goals. He went, see that big guy over there? Great player. You're man marking him. Don't let him do anything. Do not let him get the ball. When he gets it, be on him. Don't let him turn you. All right? Don't let him go forward. And I was like, wow. I'm getting goosebumps now because he put all of that trust in me. So I thought, okay, I sacrificed my game, which is beating players, scoring goals, being creative for the team. I was like, all right, I'm going to man mark him. And he ain't doing anything in this game. The whole game, I did him. I was like Sunji Park. Like wherever he went, I was there. All right. And then I got it, played a simple pass, and he's getting frustrated. So with players like Busquets, same at Man City, they always tell us that Guardiola's teams, right, they like to play it out from the back. They like to go through the defensive midfielder, which is Busquets, who then play it into the more creative players like Xavi and Iniesta, who give it to that Messi or whoever, KDB. So all you have to do is cut off that supply to the defensive midfielder. That's all you have to do. You have somebody man-mark these Busquets, all right, these Fernandinhos. It's straightforward stuff, but teams don't seem to do it. So before I get into the code, I wanted to make a point of that. Everyone raves on about Busquets because of all the trophies he's won and how incredible he was and how successful he's been. There's never anybody near him. And when he got it, he just plays those 5-yard passes, just like Kante, who they were trying to tell us was incredible when he's not. All right? His little 5-yard passes, Declan Rice, players like that. I see through them. I just see through them, guys. So, yeah, Busquets, sideways passing, of course. He was very slow. Do you remember his penalty at the World Cup? World-class player. Did you remember Spain's penalties when they got knocked out? They took 3 and missed 3. Don't forget that, guys. Go watch that penalty shootout and realize these are supposedly the best players in the world. What's those penalties and tell me they're the best players in the world? They're not. Hey, Adam, do you think the bookies know the outcomes before the game? I don't think the bookies know. You know, like the owners. I think the algorithm knows. I think the algorithm's demons. Hand on my heart, I believe the algorithm is demonic. I believe AI is demonic. So the people who own the bookies, I don't think they know the outcomes. I think the algorithm knows. I think when you learn to read the algorithm like I can, 9 times out of 10, you see where the game's going. So for Champions League, I have Man City and Inter to make the final. Man City got a point. Said it'd be a draw. Well, I love the 1-1. And Inter up 2-0. It's all on my website why I like those two teams in the final. But we'll see what happens. It's only the first leg, innit? We know anything can happen. Do you think Messi will go to Barcelona? I've been asked this a few times. No, I don't. I think Messi goes to Saudi Arabia or he goes to the US. I don't think he'll go anywhere else in Europe. I think his last team in Europe will be Paris Saint-Germain. So let me break this down for you because I know a lot of people in the world support Barcelona. Okay, quite a lot of people from Spain follow my work. So check out why Busquets has retired. Why not wait until the end of the season as well, guys? Lukaku's just come on. Interesting, and I thought he would come on. I'm taking you on my website because you see what I found about Lukaku. I was talking about Lukaku about a month ago. And if you're on my site, you know why. So I'll go through the code, but just ask yourself this: why is Busquets telling the world today that he's retiring? Why couldn't he do it at the end of the season? Why does it have to be today? Ask yourself that. Okay? And watch my PK video. Why did he retire? When Barcelona had this unbelievable record, they weren't conceding goals. All right? Even if he's a squad player, why would you retire? Because it's all the code, guys. Everything's coded, and thankfully I have the gift to reveal it. After this live stream, I'm spending the whole day on my book. I've spent 3 hours on it today. Making edits, proofreading it all. So my whole energy's gone on the book. I've told my girlfriend I need a few days for this book. I've cancelled my coaching sessions, my English sessions, my one-on-ones with people. But the next 2 days, of course, I'm putting stuff on my website. I always do. But for the next 2 days, I am going in on the Illusion book. I've also made huge edits to my Queen Elizabeth book if you want to purchase it. Huge edits. So I know a lot of you have probably already read it. Some of you may never heard of it. Some of you might be halfway through it. I've added so much, and I'm going to continue to add today. And I think then I'm going to basically have it all done by the end of the day, the Queen book. So do you think PK and Busquets wanted to retire? No. Why? So Busquets has been playing all season, yeah? He's 34. Messi just captained Argentina to the World Cup at age 35. So Busquets still playing. He's playing at a high level. His team's winning. Barcelona 13 points clear at top of the league. I called Barcelona to win the league before the season began. Real Madrid were big favourites. Why would you retire? Why would Ronaldo go to Saudi Arabia? Do you really think he wants to be there playing in that league? It's biblical why he's there. They're slaves. That's why in the NBA, guys, they get drafted, traded. Can we not see this? It's all there. So let's get into the code. Sergio Busquets announces he will be retiring at the end of the season. Sergio Busquets is a Spanish professional footballer who plays as a defensive midfielder for La Liga club Barcelona, where he is captain. He's considered to be a deep-lying playmaker capable of directing gameplay. It's like when they say gameplay, it just makes me think of a video game. I feel like these players are being controlled like we control players on a video game. That's really what I believe. Is it the devil doing it? Demons? Very, very, very possible. Through short and calm passes, exceptional positioning, and his singular reading of the game. They often do this with players that are slow. They'll just say that they're exceptional readers of the game and they have exceptional positioning. Shouldn't they all have that, guys? Let's be serious. If you're playing at the highest level and you're playing at Barcelona, should you not have exceptional abilities and exceptional reading of the game and positioning? Shouldn't they all have that? Especially at Barcelona, who pride themselves on positioning and tiki-taka and triangles. So again, they often do this with players that are actually very average, who the media portray them as being amazing. They always give them the same justifications. All right. Or they've got a footballing brain. They used to do it with Teddy Sheringham's. Do I do sports predictions every day at the highest level? About 70, 80% a month. And I code daily. They're on my site. It's $10, guys. People keep telling me I should have thousands and thousands of people on my website, and I really should for $10. I actually should. For the work I do, for how consistent I am, for the family that I've put together, I should have thousands. I know people go, wow, that's a lot of money. It isn't in this system. All right? When people are making so much money doing far less than what I'm doing. Far less. Think about your bankers and your lawyers and all of that. What are they really doing? So let me go through it then. Sergio Busquets to leave Barcelona after 18 years. Long-serving midfielder to depart Nou Camp. Midfielder Sergio Busquets to leave Barcelona after 18 years at Nou Camp. 34-year-old Spain international. Remember, Spain has the crown connections. Look at their flag. Has played 719 times for the club. He joined as a teenager. Busquets will leave when his contract expires on June the 30th. So again, why don't they tell us the day before? All right, why do they tell us now? Because it's the code. And he's going to go out a winner, as Barcelona will win the league like I predicted before the season began, all connected to Xavi. Queen Elizabeth died the 251st day of the year. Xavi was born 25-1. All right, LeBron James overtook Kobe in the scoring charts on 25-1. Found all of these codes for Xavi, and he was out in Qatar, and he said Messi was winning the World Cup, and he has that relationship with Messi. I was like, Xavi's going to go out a winner. He's going to be the second coming of Guardiola because he replaced Guardiola in central midfield. And I was right. He's just gone in there, made Barcelona amazing, this unbelievable backline that rarely ever concedes, and nobody questions it. They just say, well, Xavi's a born leader. He wasn't that much of a player either. Iniesta, for me, was outstanding. All right? Iniesta was an outstanding footballer. Demon, no demon, whatever you want to say. You'd look at Iniesta and go, okay. Yeah, he was small and he was slight of build, but what he could do with the ball, you were like, okay. Messi, what he can do with the ball, wow, okay. Xavi, it was another one that he was always open, and he'd play these little passes into Messi's feet under no pressure. Scored the odd goal. What a player. Same with Guardiola. Guardiola wasn't much of a player. He wasn't. Guardiola, captain for Barcelona, and then manages the B team and is successful, then manages the first team and wins trebles with them. Really? Guardiola is connected to the beast of Revelation, so is Jose Mourinho. I'll tell you here. So in Gematria, which I rarely use anymore, if you notice, Sergio Busquets equals 181. His contract runs out on the 181st day of the year, which is June the 30th. 181 is the 42nd prime number. The beast reigns for 42 months. Busquets, one of his best friends is Messi. Messi just won the World Cup in 2022. Add up those numbers, it's 42. And he won it by winning the penalty shootout 4-2. Beast reigns for 42 months. As well as his honours with Barca, Busquets also won 143 caps with Spain and lifted both the 2010 World Cup and 2012 European Championships with his country. That's when Spain were unbelievable and you couldn't get the ball off them. They were tiny, but you couldn't get the ball off them. Not one coach could figure out how to play against them. Not one coach. And if it's all about tactics and technique, why don't Spain just constantly replicate that? Does the game change? Is that what happens? The game just changes to justify people and clubs having great periods and then just struggling? The game changes. It's nonsense. The game doesn't change. You're either a decent footballer or you're not. You're either a decent team or you're not. It's not like 2 years later, oh, the game's completely changed. It's like what people are saying to me this year. Well, Klopp's tactics aren't really working this year. Well, they nearly won all 4 trophies last year. What's changed? Why didn't they figure it out halfway through the season how to play against Liverpool? And now why they're doing so well after being shocking? Because of the code. But they didn't want to play for Klopp. Now they want to play for Klopp. Is that what the media will tell you? Got to start seeing through it, guys, man. Dzeko scored for Inter Milan and he used to play for Man City, who were winning the Premier League. Yeah, mate, if you go on my website, I'm not going to give it away. Mkhitaryan played for Man United. He scored. Both teams played for Manchester clubs. Dzeko got that huge goal when City won their first Premier League, right before Aguero scored, the Argentine. Yeah, it's Jose Mourinho coached at Man United. Pep's at Man City. Jose Mourinho coached at Real Madrid. Pep at Barcelona. They have the devil connections. They're not great coaches. Why did Jose call himself the chosen one? And LeBron calls himself the chosen one. And Jose Mourinho was born on 126, which is the day Kobe died, right after LeBron overtook him in the scoring charts. Who's choosing him? It's the devil, guys. It's the devil. So Jose Mourinho was born 126. 1,260 days is 42 months. Guardiola was born 18-1. 181, the 18th of January, 42nd prime. Busquets' contract runs out 181st day of the year, guys. His name gets you 181. So I told you Busquets won 143 caps with Spain. 14 times 3, what does that get you? 42. That's why he had 143 caps, because it's another 42 connection. It's all about the beast of Revelation. He's going to retire after 18 years at Barcelona, is he? 6 plus 6 plus 6, 6 equals 18. Busquets' final game for the club could be a newly announced friendly against Vissel Kobe. Are you kidding me? Vissel Kobe in Tokyo. Vissel Kobe? Kobe Bryant? Hey, Thomas, much love to you, baby. His last game is going to be in Kobe, guys. Kobe Bryant supported Barcelona. Really? That game's going to be on 6-6. All right. It says here, Busquets' final game for the club could be a newly announced friendly against Vissel Kobe in Tokyo on June the 6th, 6-6, giving Barca's famous midfield trio a fitting send-off with Iniesta still a regular player for the Japanese side, and Xavi, the current head coach of Barcelona. All right. So Busquets is going to go against Iniesta's team. Kobe. For 3 years, I've been talking about Kobe, haven't I? My first ever video is about Kobe Bryant. I've told you I've been basically chosen by God to do this work. I have. That's why I see it. I was like, okay, Busquets is done. All right, I'll figure it out like that. And I have. It's just a gift, and I'm grateful to it. So his final game's potentially going to be on 6-6. Book of Revelation is the 66 and final book of the Bible. The Church of Satan was founded in 66. Number of the beast in gematria equals 66. 6 times 6 equals 36. 42 months is 3 years and 6 months, 36. 666 is the 36 triangular number. Remember that Xavi and Iniesta both wanted the number 6 jersey. Hey, Alto, much love to you. So what they did is Xavi had 6 for Barcelona and 8 for Spain. Iniesta had 6 for Spain and 8 for Barcelona. We know all world wars began on 68 date numerology. So all this fitting send-offs, no, it's ritual. It's ritual. The players don't have a say when they retire or where they go. Like, he's not retired, Busquets. He'll probably go to Saudi Arabia. He's going to go to Saudi Arabia, or he'll go to America as well. And you're going to start seeing these stars make their way over to the Middle East. Why the World Cup was in Qatar. It's all biblical. All right. Let me check this Inter game. All right, still 2-0. That's great. So like I said, I got Inter and Man City to qualify. The website is the website. The code's on my website. I did a code yesterday, which is one of the greatest I've ever done. And it is to do with the NBA. It's worth the $10 for that, to read that code. It's like a mini book. If anyone's in the chat on my site, and you haven't read it, please read it. If you have read it, I'd love your opinion on it. You think Busquets would be good if he played in a lower class Premier League team? He'd get bullied. He'd get absolutely ruined, Busquets, if he was playing in a lower level Premier League team. Of course he would. Most of those Barcelona players would. What happened to that Bojan, who was supposed to be incredible? All right. Goes to Stoke. What did he do? Nothing. Inter won, boom, and glitch in the matrix, excellent. Under 2.5 goals comes in. Thomas Lockwood, cheers. Glitch in the matrix, well done. You're on my site, aren't you? Is that correct? And both teams not to score. Do you know how many people would have bet on both teams to score in that game? It's the most popular bet. Often when a team goes up 2-0, in a game like this, there's not going to be another goal. Or it's not going to be a goal for AC Milan. Yep, 6 months, 6 weeks, and 6 days after Elizabeth died, Charles was coronated. Yeah, Inter one leg in the final. They pretty much are. Yeah, if you go Pokemon fan 8491, go on my site and read what I have for Manchester City, which I posted. I've been on it for a couple of weeks, but I've rarely posted it. Did I do that yesterday, today, the day before? I lose track. Time's an illusion. Cheers, Glitch in the Matrix. Appreciate it. So yeah, if that does happen, it's already up. It's pinned, I think. I think it's pinned. So was my Man City and Haaland. That's pinned on my website from the beginning. From game week 1. My Man City code and Haaland's there. The Arsenal fans are there as well. But you'll see, the City code is just ridiculous. Busquets wears number 5 for Barcelona and number 5 for Spain, like 55. Satan equals 55. So Busquets is working for Satan. It's just whether he's aware of it. The bookies haven't got good odds on City treble. Wonder why? Because they're in the final of the FA Cup. They're in the semi-final of the Champions League, and they've got home advantage in the second leg. And they're big favourites for the league. But what people are ignoring, you're right about that. The odds should be higher. I think they're evens. They've got to beat Man United, right? Their biggest rivals, who on the day can beat anybody. So they've got to beat United. My mate Chuck, who's on my website, and he has a Patreon, is really good at coding. He really believes Man United win it. I don't. His code is so special, and a big part of me wants it to hit. I don't. But that's a hard game, right? They've got Man United. Tough game. That shouldn't be a gimme. It's not like they've got Sheffield United in the final. They've still got to knock out Real Madrid, all right, who are the kings of Europe that can, on any night, beat any team. All right? Real Madrid could easily go ahead and beat them 3-0 and nobody will bat an eyelid. So they've still got to knock out Real Madrid. And then they're going to have to beat Inter, in my opinion. But it could be AC Milan. Again, you can't speak with guarantees anymore. AC Milan could go there and beat them 3-0. I doubt it with my code for Inter. Highly doubt it. But so they're going to have to knock out Real Madrid, beat Man United in the FA Cup final, potentially beat Inter or AC Milan. And they're only 1 point ahead of Arsenal. So they should be higher than what they are. The algorithm often knows. Odds can be tricky, though. If 76ers knock out Boston, which I'll be so happy if it happens, but again, we don't know. If that happens, Boston were like even money to win the NBA when they took a 2-1 lead against Philly. They were even money. And they still have to win the Eastern Conference Finals and the NBA Finals. Loads of people have lumped on Boston Celtics. The odds were making me go, geez, are they just telling us who's going to win? But odds can be deceiving. Sometimes it's obvious, other times it's not. Boston were minus 350 last night. They got spanked. All right, there's no gimmies, which I'm trying to teach you all. There's no gimmies. Nice Adidas top. Well, thank you. If you're having a dig at me, it's embarrassing. But if you're saying nice Adidas top, I appreciate it. I've had these shirts for ages. I've coded Adidas. Watch my video about it and how it connects to Bavaria and the Illuminati. Watch it. I know all about it. I'm not going to get rid of all my clothes, but I'm aware of it. I see this pyramid logo, the 3 stripes. Don't worry about it. I've coded it. I've let you all know who's behind Adidas and Levi's. Go watch my stuff. So I never said AC Milan will be in the final. I don't know where you got that from. I've been saying forever AC Milan is probably a trap. And I think Real Madrid's a trap. Are you on my site? There's a lot of people that make these comments that are not on my site. You've got to be on my site every single day to see what I do. I don't think AC Milan are getting to the Champions League final in Istanbul 18 years after they last got there, where they got beat by Liverpool, where Ancelotti was the coach, and Liverpool had that huge comeback. That's why I've said on my site numerous times, I don't think it'll be Real Madrid against AC Milan. If it is, it's the most blatantly obvious riddle ever because the final's on Ancelotti's birthday. I said, if they do that, then you may as well just tell me the end times are here. So I didn't think that. So no, I never said AC Milan. There's a guy on my site called Sean, who's a wonderful coder. He liked AC Milan. And he's a great coder, and he's rode them all the way to the semi-final. So he's done extremely well. And he was smart enough to cover on Inter. 1, because he found stuff for Inter, and 2, probably because what I found. He's smart enough and not stubborn enough or egotistical enough. He covered. I teach people the art of covering. It's an art. The reason why people don't cover is because they're greedy or they don't have the funds. And if they don't have the funds, they shouldn't be betting. And if they're greedy and they lose, they deserve it. So learn the art of covering. For example, now, a lot of people in my community have the 76ers to win this series against Boston. They're up 3-2. They're now the favorite. They've got home advantage. If I had money on that, I would cover Boston. That simple. Most people won't. I'm riding it. I'm riding the code. And then if it don't hit, I should have covered. Well, you had the opportunity and you didn't. Haaland's going to win everything. It's his time, perhaps. Haaland will win Ballon d'Or, Premier League best player, UEFA Men's best player, UEFA Golden Boot, Premier Golden Boot. Yeah, well, he's already halfway there, isn't it? I never said Napoli would win the Champions League. I said they would win the league. And I was right. I said Napoli would win their league. And I said Barcelona would. And I synced them up with Maradona. I said Argentina for the World Cup 18 months before. Posted it on every platform. And then I found stuff for England and Brazil. But I never, ever said Argentina weren't going to win it, ever. I was the first one to find Argentina. So I had Haaland for the Golden Boot. He's got it pretty much. I had Southampton to go down. Pretty much down. Everton, pretty much down. You never know. They've got more of a chance than Southampton. But again, when I make these predictions, I'm probably 75%. Most people are looking to be 20%. Is Man City a trap, or you think they're winning the league? At this point, I think they're winning the league. It's kind of frustrating because for 5 months I was all in on City, adamant City were winning. And then I had about 2.5 months of being confident Arsenal could take it. But it's going to be City. And it'll go to the last game. Or it might not. I think it will. A lot of people say, no, it won't. City will win it earlier. Arsenal could win out at this point. They're on 6 draws and 4 losses. That 64 is enormous. They could win out Arsenal. Obviously, if City win out, they win the league. So, personally, I'm going to be riding Arsenal to win out until they drop points. As soon as Arsenal drop points, it's league's over. Yeah, they'll win it 5 out of the last 6. I've said all of that with the 56 with Manchester. Guardiola equals 56. Manchester equals 56. LeBron could go 5 and 6. There's all sorts to it. King Charles was coronated on 5-6. Man City won that game the day he was coronated. I had him to win that, but it was a game you'd expect. They beat Leeds, won it, but he only beat them 2-1. Yeah, everyone's probably going to be, oh, Brighton will upset Arsenal. Well, how did Brighton do against Everton? Get beat 5-1 after beating Wolves 6-0 and Man United. They get beat by Everton 5-1 and you still want to believe it? Don't want to pay attention to what I'm saying? So, yeah, Arsenal will probably win out. Man City into final, that's what's on my website. It's not there yet. Real Madrid always have exceptional numbers. They're the kings of Europe. Real means royal. Their numbers are just remarkable, but I think Man City's are better, and I don't think Ancelotti gets there on his birthday. So I don't think so. Can you list football clubs that are not doing the satanic rituals coding? They all are. Just whether they're aware of it. All of them, even League 1 and League 2. I'm going to be posting my League 2 playoff predictions probably on Friday. I think I know who's going to win it. Big shout. Okay. They only have a 25% chance of winning it by the odds. I think I've got it. I might not. The issue is I'd have to look into all 4 clubs, but I think I know who's going to go up. Go on, Divine. Much love to you. Hey, happy face, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Much love. Maybe the red theme is a trap. It's a huge trap. It's been about blue. The red theme got me a little bit. All right? Satan, the deceiver. So the League Cup, Man United won. And we're all like, oh my word, Man United just won. The Chiefs just won. Ignoring the sky blue. Argentina, the sky blue. Napoli, the sky blue. Manchester City, the sky blue. All right? Last year, the theme was, it was red and yellow. It was the Warriors, the Rams, Real Madrid. All right? With the Ukraine flag, it was that. Wardell Curry wins the NBA as predicted by me with the Warriors. All right? The year Russia invades the Ukraine, the war. The blue and yellow and people still don't care or connect it. Most people don't even know Steph Curry is called Wardle. They're not aware of it. Who's called Wardle? It sounds like a Muppet. Luton might get promoted. Luton being pushed enormously since Top G Tate has advocated Luton. I agree that he's been pushing them, but I haven't coded it, so I can't say. Will City and Inter both wear blue in the final? Yeah, light blue and dark blue. More than likely. Just like France and Argentina. Did they do that? The dark blue and the sky blue? It'll be the same thing. And who won that World Cup? Messi. Who made Messi the star he is? Guardiola. Do you think there's an upset in tonight's NBA games? I think there'll be 2 parlays. To be honest with you, I don't think there'll be an upset tonight. Adam, your football team should be hyped up like the Champions League. I've played games where we've come out to the Champions League music. Super cheesy, but it was kind of fun. I've played in quite a few finals where you come out to it. There's like literally 50 people watching you in the Champions League anthem. Looking back, it's pathetic. But at the time, I was like buzzing. Whatever. Why they make Arsenal so good this season just to bottle it? Basically, since Charles's coronation and talks of it is when they started dropping points. And then Man City started winning. Constantly just beating everybody. And Arsenal, I don't know. They might be building up Arsenal for next year. Obviously, if they have an amazing season this year, if they do it again next year, no one's going to be as shocked. They'll make a couple of signings. So remember, Arsenal, Arsenal connects to war, the word Arsenal. They're called the Gunners. They've got the cannonball logo. They're connected to war. Russia invaded the Ukraine 2-4. Could they win it in 2024? I'll be interested to see the odds. All right. That's why they signed Zinchenko, the Ukrainian guys. So they might just be prepping them. I've told you 2023 is prepping us for war. It'll be triggered this year and kick off next year. That's what I think. Or there'll be way more talk of it next year. BK Truce, oi, 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 Adam. Great seeing your lives again. Amazing thing happening. Cheers, mate. You're going to love my book that I'm writing. After this live, I'm going to spend the whole day on it. I haven't finished my Busquets code. Sorry. The 34-year-old first joined Barca from Jabak Tadassa as a 15-year-old and went on to make more than 700 appearances for his local club, winning 23 major honours, including 8 La Liga titles. That's interesting. 23-8 is when Kobe was born, and 3 Champions Leagues. But the 34-year-old will retire after winning his 9th league title, because if they win the title, they just have to beat Espanyol this Sunday. So he's going to retire with 24 major trophies with Barcelona. 24. And he's going to get his 9th league title at age 34. 34 is the 9th Fibonacci number. That's why the 34-year-old Thomas Cashman called the 9-year-old Olivia. And then right after, Liverpool won 9-0. And number 9, Firmino, got the man of the match, and nobody batted an eyelid. So, like I said, he's likely to sign off with another domestic trophy with Barcelona, because Xavi's side, Barcelona, are 13 points clear at the top of La Liga. Again, he retires while Barca are 13 points clear. The 2022 FIFA World Cup began with 41 days left in the year, leaving 13. Messi won it. And he ended that tournament with 13 goals all time in the World Cup. The GOAT. It's all GOAT, guys. Brady, Messi, perhaps LeBron. If Guardiola wins it, the treble, then he goes down as probably the GOAT. So, again, if Barcelona beat Espanyol on Sunday, he's going to have 24 major club trophies. LeBron became the all-time NBA point scorer exactly 24 months after Tom Brady won his last Super Bowl. I predicted both of those things. His emergence served as a hallmark of the Pep Guardiola era in Catalonia, as he was handed his first La Liga appearance by the then new boss in September 2008, and went on to form part of a formidable midfield trio alongside Andres Iniesta and Xavi, the current Barcelona manager. They loved their little triangles, didn't they? Illuminati triangles. Busquets won the treble, guys, at age 19 in his debut season. His debut season, he wins the treble at age 19. COVID-19, all right? Crowned champions in the league, in the cup, in the Champions League. 19, remember Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip got their first vaccination for COVID on January the 9th, 19, like 19. COVID-19. Come on, guys. World War II began the 1st of September, 19. Pep Guardiola, he can win the treble 24 years after Man United won it, guys. And Busquets is going to retire with 24 major club trophies. And it was Pep who basically gave Busquets his break in professional football. So is Busquets' retirement a sacrifice for Guardiola? It's a question mark. I would not be shocked. And I also think Busquets is going to go to Saudi Arabia. I've not read anything about it. I just think he'll go there. It's not just going to be Ronaldo. They're going to start getting more stars, and more people are going to be watching it and giving their energy to the Middle East. They already are, just because a 37-year-old Ronaldo's there. Who gives a shit? Baphomet GOAT can't get any more obvious. Well, again, most people have not heard of Baphomet, brother. That's the problem. Julian Alvarez will have won the World Cup and the treble in his first year at Man City. Yep. The guy who does that when he scores, just like Aguero, and people just ignore it. The guy who literally does that when he scores and people ignore it and cheer it. Parents with the kids in the Etihad cheering when he's doing the devil horns. They don't have a clue, do they? Told you when Rashford's doing that and there's 70,000 fans cheering. Why are they not all saying, what's he doing? Why is he pointing to his head with his eyes closed? Because they're They're under a spell like the majority of the world. Carrick to be next Man United manager 8-1. He eventually probably will be. I don't think he'll be next manager. Like Ten Hag's going to be there for a few more years. I wouldn't bother with that bet. A lot can happen. I don't see why they're going to get rid of Ten Hag. He's done all right, hasn't he? To be fair, he's won the League Cup. He's in the FA Cup final. They're probably going to get in Champions League unless they blow it. They did all right in the Europa League, although that joke of a game against Sevilla. Carrick will be involved with Man United going forward. I don't know how soon. Again, why do these players, they just go into management and do amazing? All right, a lot of them. Carrick, he just goes to Middlesbrough and they have a decent season. I'm not falling for that whole nonsense of they were good players, so they're good coaches. That's not how it is. It can help. It definitely helps. But come on, guys, they're all part of this sick satanic club. Yeah, he apparently does that because he likes Spider-Man. It just shows you Spider-Man, all right, does the devil horns with his web. Batman has blimmin' devil horns. He literally has horns. Batman. It's all there right in front of your face, guys. And we're being programmed to enjoy it. We're being programmed to embrace and enjoy and be fascinated by Satanism. AC Milan had no intention to score a goal. I've told you the players are not in control of their body, but I think they are. That's the huge thing with all of this. I think these players think that they're in control, but they're not. If you go on my website, look at where I mentioned 2-0 with Inter Milan. Go on it. With the 71 and the 20. Go on my website right now and read the 71-20 connection, and they've just won 2-0. Go read it. If you're on my site, you know exactly what I'm saying. Read the 71 and 20 connection, and they've just gone there and won 2-0 like 20. Their best player wasn't playing. So you think one player has that much of a say? Come on. The guy you're referring to, Leao, does that affect the defenders? Does it? Because Inter Milan destroyed them. From what I've read, they could have had 7. So the AC Milan striker being out, how does that affect the way they defend? Told you, it's very easy to just justify this nonsense of the other player out. It's by design. Do you know how many times in the NBA a top star's been out and then they've destroyed their opponent? Did you not see 76ers at Boston without Embiid in game 1? Everyone like, they've got no chance. They've got no Embiid. Dallas Mavericks without Doncic, oh, they're going to get beat. They win by 40. They play better when he's not there. All right? All this stuff, it's not about the talent. You have to get that right out of your head. That is the talent. How did Man United absolutely batter Arsenal 8-2 when they had like 8 of their first teamers out? When they had Fabio Da Silva in central midfield. Ashley Young got a hat-trick. It don't matter if the code's there, guys. Against an Arsenal team that had a really strong team, they get beat 8-2. And what do we say? Well, Fergie's just a genius. What a load of shit. What a load of garbage. Again, 9 times out of 10, the best team with the best players should win. Unless somehow they go down to 9 men or something, they should win. It should be no different to when you're with your mates. The best team should win with the best players. Screw the coach. All right? Go play 7-a-side now with your mates and put the best 7 players against the weaker 7 players and go watch who wins. The better players. Not this whole shit about every dog has its day. Garbage. Just make believe, fairy tales in your head. All right? Just like a sprint, the faster guy should win every time. Unless he pulls up with an injury or something. They should win. Should be no, oh, every dog has its day. You might win the race today. Could be your... No, you're not as fast as me. You're not going to beat me. Unless I get hurt. You're not beating me. So, who gets relegated from the Premier League? I personally think it's Southampton, Everton and Nottingham Forest. Company, I've discussed why he went up. 101 points. Queen's mother died at age 101. The World Cup final was 101 days after Queen Elizabeth died. I called Thomas, if Lockwood's in the chat, I called Burnley to finish on 101 points with about 5 weeks left in the season. I said they're going to finish on 101 points, and Vincent Kompany is going to have 100 points as a player and a captain, and he's going to do over 100 points as a coach. And ain't nobody going to question the fact that he was the captain for Guardiola. And then in the FA Cup this season, Guardiola's Man City humiliate Kompany. What was it, 6-0? People just don't put 2 and 2 together. And then Man City knock out Sheffield United. Who else got promoted? Sheffield United. And conveniently, Man City knocked them both out of the FA Cup. How interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Forest not going down. They came up for City. We'll see. I think they are. I think they'll lose the next game as well. I don't know. When it comes to relegation, it's a lot harder. But the fact is, I said Southampton before the season began at 7-2 to get relegated, and they're done, aren't they? They're done. That's enough in itself. You can literally get... I could have made 3 predictions there, and only Southampton come in, and you've still won a profit off that. Haaland, Golden Boot, plus 450. Could have got 4 predictions wrong and that one right, and you've still made a profit. But I don't get 4 predictions wrong in a row. But that's the reality. When you break down the numbers and you look at it, if it's financially, Argentina, the World Cup, 11-1. And then I said, get on Arsenal, get on England and Brazil as well. You'll be guaranteed a big profit if one of them win. Argentina won. If you did what I said, you would have won a minimum of $800 profit, minimum. If you have a brain and you pay attention to what I'm saying. You read the code, you pay attention. Like Inter Milan to qualify. Oh no, I want to know if they're going to win today. No, get them a qualify and go big because read the code. You don't always need plus money. 2-1, 3-1 stuff. That's why you don't win. Be smart. I've told you, if you're betting baby money, don't bet. Unless you're doing it for fun. Don't bother. You're wasting your time. Who saw KDB celebration kneeling to Lucifer? Yep. I occasionally watch the highlights of these games. You've got Real Madrid. They didn't have a shot. And then after 36 minutes, score this unbelievable goal. Typical Madrid. What? Why should a team like Real Madrid be hanging on and hitting teams on the break if they're the best team in the world? You know what I mean? Why? They don't have a shot. Real Madrid, the champions of Europe, don't have a shot in 36 minutes. And no one questions it. 36 minutes, no shot at home, reigning champions. Are Man City really that good at defending? Why? Why? Is Pep that good that he can set them up unbelievable at the back, unbelievable in positioning, unbelievable at finishing? Is that good, is it? What a load of shit. It doesn't matter if they don't have Bale, Ronaldo, or Ozil. What difference does that make? It's not about the talent. It ain't about the talent. If it was, they wouldn't have won the Champions League again, would they? They wouldn't. And why are they getting spanked by Barcelona in the league? And Barcelona, what, horrific in Europe? Why? Because the code wasn't for Europe. The code was for the league. As soon as Barcelona went out, I was like, perfect. Perfect. The whole media can say now they can focus their attention on the league. And Real Madrid, they're all about the Champions League. And they've already given Real Madrid their cup. They won the Copa del Rey, which means the Cup of Kings. And they won it the day Charles was coronated. And Real means royal. Again, nobody gives a shit. 2-1. Number 21 scores both the goals. Elizabeth got married at age 21. Married for 73 years, the 21st prime. That's why they won 2-1. And why 21 was the hero. Well, Rodrigo just steps it up now in big games. Why? What happened a year and a half before when the fans hated him? Same with Xhaka. All of Arsenal wanted him out. All the fans wanted him out. Can't play football. He's got no discipline. Boo, boo. And now what, is one of their best players and all the fans love him? Why? What changed? What changed? Because you're winning now because of the code? Wake up, people. You know what I mean? So I'm done. I've just shown you why Busquets retired. I hope you can read that code on my site. I'm not going to post as much on Twitter anymore. To be honest, I'm not. So I'm going to focus on my book. And I'm looking forward to doing that. Even though it gives me a headache, it's something that brings me a lot of joy. Woo, Bryant, baby. Woo! I think Madrid score early versus Man City and then City last minute comeback. Well, there could be drama, you know what I mean? That wouldn't be a shock, would it? If they have Real Madrid score, are Real Madrid going to do it again? Are Real Madrid going to make the final again? This is classic Madrid. It could happen. They could go down. I will say this, though, with my code, if Real Madrid score first, get on both teams to score. I'll be so shocked if City are not in that Champions League final. If Real Madrid score first, I would instantly go both teams to score. I think they'll score. And it's not, because it's Man City at home. They always score at home. No, they don't always score. Most of the time they do, but I would do that. As soon as Real Madrid score first, I would be on Man City. I wouldn't go on them to win. I'd go on them to qualify and play if they go down. Hopefully they score first. I hope City are there. This is crazy because I was a die-hard Man United fan for 33 years. Die-hard. And now I'm like, all right, let's see City win treble and see what people see when it does happen. I know most people just go, yeah, it's City. It's not a shock, is it? That's fine. They don't need my code. And that's fine. And if Inter get there, my goodness. Wait until you see what I found about Inter Milan and Lukaku. It's sickening. This is way bigger than deciding who's winning a game now or a tournament. It's so much bigger. I've done that over and over and over again. Still not enough for people. This is sickening. This is biblical. This is satanic. This is energy harvesting. This is about the end times for me. That's what you got to get in your head now. It's truly sickening what's playing out day in, day out. It's beautiful at the same time. It's like a beautiful mess. But this is more than decoding sports. If you read my code yesterday about the NBA, and you really care about knowledge, not just getting a few more pennies in your bank, you're going to go, geez. And I will say this, people in my community, they just get better every day. There's a guy who's just joined. I've said how good certain people are, all right, over and over again. There's a guy who's just joined on my website. I want to find his name because this guy is special. Bob Anderson, by the way, is getting really good. I've always talked about Riddler and Chuck. There's a guy I'm seeking who's really good. Sidemen is so good. Hands is so good. There's so many of them. Deals with Skulls is becoming really good. There's a guy who's just signed up to my website called English. It just comes through as English. This guy is unbelievable. So whoever you are, if you're watching, if you're in the chat, please let me know. Like Hans said this, Edin Dzeko born 76th day of the year, scores 7 weeks and 6 days after his birthday. 7 times 6 equals 42. 44 weeks and 4 days till his 38th birthday, 444. 9/11, guys, was 3,119 days after the original World Trade Center attacks. 444th prime. Jay-Z has an album, 444. Where's he from? New York. So, again, just the level of coding is quite frightening on my site. Like Scotty, a finest, is a absolutely wonderful decoder. Lockwood is just a wonderful decoder. Decoding the Matrix. Boss Bongo, Nate, Glenn, Dwayne, Neil has these amazing insights. Not necessarily with coding, he just has fantastic insights. Jen Rambo. I'm very grateful for this site, man. The level of knowledge shared. Like Sidemen did a code about Mr. Beast, the YouTuber, and how his birthday is one day after Charles III's coronation. And Charles was crowned king on Mr. Beast's last day as being a 24-year-old. Remember the Queen died 8-9, the 24th prime. So you just read these codes and you're like, oh, geez. Charles' coronation was exactly 9 months, 1 week, and 1 day, which is 40 weeks and 2 days after Mr. Beast hit 100 million subs. Mr. Beast, guys, the Beast of Revelation. Just absolutely insane. Mr. Beast's last upload before Charles's coronation was on 4/2, April the 2nd. Like, how is this being done? Inter winning Coppa Italia, I haven't looked into it. What do you have? Vinny scored a pen on Brazilian keeper and KDB scores on a Belgian keeper. Yeah, wow, never thought about that. Didn't Belgium play Brazil in the World Cup in 2018? Was it Belgium who knocked out Brazil? It may have been. That's a good connection. Edison, by the way, wearing number 31. If you go on my website, you know all about that. Guardiola's last World Cup, last Champions League final win, he beat Man United 3-1. Edison wears number 31. The Premier League season ends with exactly 31 weeks left in the year. Man City have beat Arsenal 3-1 at the Emirates this season. I was born on my dad's 31st birthday, guys. I was born on 123 date emoji pure. The last day of 2023. What is it? 12/31/23. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I've discussed Zeko's Man City connection and Lukaku's Man United connection and Mkhitaryan's Man United connection. Jose Mourinho's Man United connection. Alexis Sanchez's Man United connection. He went to Inter Milan. Damian, his Manchester United connection. It's all there if you go deep. Adam, what is this dating emoji? Pure, you talk about. Can you elaborate? Dating emoji? What do you mean by dating emoji? What are you talking about? Dating emoji? Ask me that because I'm about to go again. Apparently Courtois stole KDB's girl. Yeah. KDB got the player of the match, as they call it. It was like that. He looked miserable. All right? His team looked like they won for a potential treble. He goes to Real Madrid. He scores again because he scored against them last year or the other year. And he gets player of the game, and he's not smiling. And he's got this shitty beard as well, KDB. It doesn't even look legit. Yaya Touré's agent said the City Champions League curse has been lifted. What number did Yaya Touré wear? 42. Yaya Touré wore number 42. YouTube, stop. Guys, hit the like button. YouTube keep taking them off me. I don't know if you can see this. I don't know if you see what I see. Hit that like, because every time I look, my likes decrease when all I'm doing is hitting fire with knowledge. I'm not saying anything controversial. So, do you like Eminem's beard, Adam? Are you taking the piss? His beard's ridiculous. It's just... Right, and they can't grow a beard like a real man like me, people like Feminine. They can't. They just can't. Most of these pro athletes don't have beards, do they? Baby faces. The Red Devils are literally cursing Sir Alex. Every player has a good career before and after too. That's true. Yeah. Sir Alex, who won 13 Premier League titles, the number connected with Nimrod. It's in my World Cup book. If you haven't got that, you need to purchase that, guys. It's next to nothing. The best way, it's like a packet of cigarettes or a Big Mac meal if you buy my books. Just email me, guys, if you want them. They're profound, and you'll learn, and you can add to them, guys. I'm telling you. Sir Alex won 13 and born in 41. Yeah, 41, the 13th prime. Manchester United equals 179, the 41st prime. Fergie's last ever game finished 5-5. Lukaku scored a hat-trick. Of course he did. And then he signed for them. Come on. Yeah, he won 13. He won his last one in 2013 when Pope Francis became the Pope. So Fergie's last game finished 5-5 against West Brom, which Sam Allardyce, that's the only club he's been relegated with. And Sir Alex had a brain hemorrhage on May the 5th, 5-5. Did he really have one? That's just, Sir Alex is a demon. AC Milan's Lau and Ancelotti have the same birthday. Yeah, I think that's a trap because it's the same birthday as the Champions League final. I don't think either of them are going to be there. Haaland has no body, yeah? Well, you know why. Call him the beast and this big, strong man. Is it? It's not what you think it is. Hard for women to grow beards. Adam, do you like Conor McGregor's proper 12? What is that, his whiskey? No. And for people who say I look like Conor McGregor, please don't say that. When you say I look like a fighter who gets punched for a living, it's kind of a dig on me. You look just like Conor McGregor. What, a guy who gets punched for a living? Cheers, mate. It's not a compliment in my book. Haaland has a tiny head, I know. It's like Ronaldo's feet. He wears size 7 shoes. They get growth hormone, guys. Is Greenwood coming back? Yes, he will. Adam, I'll champ for your team instead of these Muppets. Well, you'll have to come watch me play. Adam, what do you think about Jake Paul? Demon worshipper, just like his Logan. No talent between them without a demon inside of them. Who did you support growing up? Man United and Bradford City. I used to play football for Bradford City. So I supported them. I was born in Bradford, but my team was Man United. But I cared a lot about both of those teams. I had to go watch Bradford when I was a player. They give you free season tickets. So for a few years, I would go watch the games. What about Mendy? Is winning his case? Yeah, nothing will happen to Mendy. Just probably a ritual for City to win the treble. Even Messi has bigger feet than Ronaldo. Yeah, Messi wears bigger boots than Ronaldo. 5'7" guy. His boots are bigger than a guy. What's Ronaldo? 6'1", 6'2"? Come on, guys. It's all an illusion, this world. I think Allardyce keeps them up. Everyone says Leeds are already down. They're done. They're gone. I don't think so. They could easily shock Newcastle. I've told you, look, Everton just went to Brighton and beat them 5-1. Why can't Leeds beat Newcastle? Hey, Illusion, it's been a while. I know you don't like when people ask you, but do you think City wins? Yeah. At this point, yeah, I do. Danny Alves is in big trouble. Yeah. The guy who won every single trophy going. Now he's getting what he deserves for all that success. You go through rituals. Ashley Cole should be Chelsea manager. Mr. Man, I think you tried to piss me off. Why? On what grounds should Ashley Cole be the manager? Why? Should it be John Terry? Are you the guy who always says John Terry looks nice on Instagram? Is that you? Does my head in. You're a good guy. Thank you. Does it start with footballers' parents to be a Mason? It's hard to say. At the highest level, yeah. At the highest level, yeah. Yeah, The Rock apparently had $7 in his wallet before he got signed by WWE. Come on, guys, give me a break. His dad was a pro wrestler. Made a lot of money. Rock's got $7 in his account. What a load of just shit. The Rock mocks Jesus. Jesus is the Rock. Jesus and God's number 7. So, of course, the Rock had $7 in his account. Gets to the top of Hollywood and the satanic wrestling industry. All right? Everyone liked the Rock at one point. As a wrestling fan, as an actor, as a personality, everyone loved the Rock. That guy is one guy out of almost everyone that if I saw, he would make my skin crawl. Everything about him is so fake and false. All right, he plays this role as this just likable, incredibly talented brute. I see right through Dwayne Johnson, and I can't say what I want to say about his Johnson because of YouTube. Guys, if you're not on my BitChute and Rumble, please go there because I'm on my last legs here. As fake as Arnold Schwarzenegger. How's Arnold Schwarzenegger, who can't talk, hello, my name is Arnold and I am going to go to the shop and get some bacon. My name is Arnold. Like, you can't talk, yet you get to the top of Hollywood and you become the governor of one of the biggest states in the world, California. And you're from Austria. Remember, Hitler invaded Austria is what triggered the war. How is a guy who can't speak fluent English getting to the top of Hollywood and becoming a governor if it's not all ritual? Come on. Come on. What's everyone has in the meal? I went for enchiladas earlier. I've got some carrot cake in the fridge. I'll make pasta tonight. I ain't leaving my apartment now unless I go for a swim. My whole day is focusing on the book now. I might take that little break for a swim. Other than that, I've cancelled everything. I'm not meeting anybody. Doesn't have one good glitch in the Matrix yet. Just had some spicy chips and garlic sauce. That sounds really good. They can't even act either, even though their whole life's an act. That's true. It's amazing. These actors who their whole life they've been just playing a role, deceiving us. They're still not even good at acting. Like, again, it's just whether they know it. That's the key question. Do they know it or not? Will we ever get that answer? Probably not. Are they being used by the devil or are they actively working for the devil? Is it a combination? I think it's that. I don't think it's every celebrity is actively working for the devil or every celebrity is the opposite sex. I don't believe that for a second. I think the ones here at the highest levels know what they're doing. Hey JC, much love. What do you think about this giveaway Mr. Beast is doing on Insta? Everyone seems to be sharing, but just something feels out of place. He works for the beast. He works for the beast of Revelation, which is going to bring out the Antichrist. Stay away from watching his work. What does he even do? Why is he so successful? Guys, his name's Mr. Beast. And he's one of the most successful YouTubers of all time. His name's Mr. Beast. Come on. Meet and greet's a load of crap, yeah. You got human beings, adults, lining up for an hour and a half to get a photo with Kim Kardashian and an autograph. Do you know how weak that is? How beyond weak that is? I've seen people, I saw it in Santa Monica, guys, when I lived in LA. There was about a 2-hour line to meet and greet the Kardashians. I don't even think Kim was there, so I saw her. And you literally go up and go, hey, Kim, oh my God, I love you. Oh, thank you. What do you mean? Thank you. What are you doing? What have these people done for you or the world or anybody? The Kardashians. Athletes, what they're doing, kicking a ball, throwing a ball. Singers, all right, they've got a good voice, good for them. Probably possessed anyway. Actors, all right, they're decent behind the camera. I could do most of those things. I can act. I'm all right at singing. I can play all sports. I ain't ever going to get to that level because I ain't going to give myself to the devil. Celebrity worship's a disease. Hey, 6079 Smith, much love. It's a disease of the mind, and it's black magic. Have you decoded the Star Wars movie? No, but it's basically about Jesus and Satan, light and dark. That's what that whole franchise is about, is the Bible. I am your father. Satan's the father of lies. Lukaku, every time he missed, he looks into the camera. Oh, yeah, it's so true, Jabulani. How these players, like, conveniently, that's why I think they can't be in control of it. I've said this, like, when they score. All right, make sure when you score a 35-yard screamer that you make sure that you're focusing on camera 7. No, there are cameras everywhere, but they get it so perfectly. Or the photographs, and you see the jersey numbers like the 9 and 11 in the wall, and you're like, geez, that's a interesting shot by the cameraman there. And of course, they get to choose out of hundreds of images for what they present. But yeah, it's like it's it's like all the thing about France and England, and it was all about the Queen, and number 9 Giroud out jumped number 6 Harry Maguire, and the Queen died at 96. Like England, the 2 penalties they scored in the Euro 2020 final, number 9 Harry Kane and number 6 Harry Maguire, 96. That's the year England hosted the Euros, and then they lost the Euro final in Euro 2020 in Wembley Stadium. The 2 penalties, number 9 and number 6. And then Giroud knocked out England exactly 42 weeks before his birthday. Benzema didn't play at the World Cup, the first Ballon d'Or winner in 42 years to not play at the World Cup. Who replaced him, guys? Giroud, who's now at AC Milan. Seems to be involved in rituals all the time, Giroud. He's another one with this, like, perfect body, and, like, there's something not right about Giroud. How old's he now? Remember that scorpion kick he scored? How the heck did he do that? The ball's gone behind him. He stuck his leg out, scorpion kick, in off the bar. Why have I not used that example before? If you don't know Giroud's goal, all right, where he's running in at speed, the ball's gone behind him, he's done a scorpion kick from about 14 yards, top corner, in off the bar. Please tell me they rehearsed that in training, guys. Please tell me Giroud rehearsed that in training to score a scorpion kick from 14 yards in off the bar. If you can give me evidence of that, I will give you every single dollar in my account that they rehearsed that. Thoughts on Keanu Reeves? I see way too many people defend him. Again, he's at the top of Hollywood. He works for the devil. He stars in The Matrix, which gives you half-truths, but it implies that AI is behind the universe. It's not. God is. Not AI. AI is the devil. AI is demons. AI is taking over from humanity. Tell me I'm wrong. Artificial intelligence, AI, which is 19, is trying to take over from humanity, and we're embracing it because we're lazy. Because we're lazy. As mankind, we are beyond lazy now. If we can let AI do it for us. I was thinking today with my book, I was like, should I hire a proofreader? I was like, geez, proofreaders, they won't have a job anymore. You just go on Grammarly. You can literally type in your work into an email on Gmail, and it tells you the mistakes. So people who are making a living out of being a proofreader and checking over writers' work, authors' work, they won't have a job soon. Soon all your movies, it's not going to be man writing them. AI can write movies. AI's creating your artwork. AI's behind the technology with sports. And we're allowing it. We're just watching it happen. We watch it. We go into our store and scanning our items at the self-serving desk instead of speaking to a woman or a man. Hey, how's it going? How's your day? Good, thank you. Oh, nice. Oh, what are you going to make with those lemons? Yeah, I'm going to make a lemon meringue. Now what? Beep, there's an error. You get some zombie woman coming over to you, typing in the numbers. All right, you can keep scanning. Soon you'll be scanning the mark. I won't be. I'd rather be homeless with no food, no shelter, all right, than get that mark. And when you read my book, when I release it, you ain't going to get that mark either. It's one of the reasons why I'm on edge and desperate to get my book out, because after you read it, you ain't going to get that mark, and it's going to be the chip. It's going to be a chip. Don't get it. However much you feel like you have to get it and you have no choice, you do. Don't get the mark. It's your eternal life depending on it, in my opinion. Whatever you want to say at me. If you think I'm a psycho or a wacko, I'm clearly not. Yeah, I've discussed Zlatan's 40-yard bicycle kick against England. That game finished 4-2. Zlatan scored 4, guys. Sweden beat England 4-2. How long's the beast reign for? Zlatan often refers to himself as the beast. Everything he does is amazing at. A black belt in what? Martial arts? Suppose unbelievable football, doesn't age. Can act. Supposedly funny. All right. His endurance is supposedly incredible. He's got like a 20-pack.